Mm.
Conflict. Conflict. Conflict.
As in, are we starting now?
Yes. Hi, welcome back to the Fix It podcast. It's been a moment, maybe a week or two since you last saw us. Have you been? We have been great. We have been good. We had our first live.
A week or two, yes. But then life happened, and that's why most of you have not seen it. So that's why I was looking at him funny when he said a week or two, because I know that a lot of you haven't seen us in a while. Yeah. But special thanks to all of you who, as much as possible, attended the live. We're so grateful for you, honestly. But yeah, Instagram came up with last minute loopholes, and then the fact that I'm a novice when it comes to life, so that's why you can't see it anywhere right now.
Came out of left field because I know I used to do lives on my personal handle for the longest time, when I was into it until I stopped being into it. And then all of a sudden we were trying to go live and they're like, oh, you need to have a specific number of people to be able to do that. So we had to shift from the Fix It podcast to my personal podcast page, and then we were able to get it going.
So
Answer
basically,
quite a number of
Instagram.
questions. Yeah. We answered quite a couple of questions and it was amazing. Congratulations to the people who won their giveaways.
Yeah.
Big thank you to Tori's Kilishi, who also has
And
amazing kunu.
Carrie Woodworks.
Yes, Carrie Woodworks as well. Thank you so much to you guys for making it a reality.
If you missed out on the live, no, wait, let's start from the beginning. We need to be able to do lives on the Fix It handle.
Yes.
So we need you to please follow and tell somebody that you know to follow, then tell the somebody that somebody knows to follow, and then just help us to build our community so that we get to 1,000 people, because that's the criteria now for we can do live. So until then, we're using our individual pages, but please, we can't be doing that all the time. So please help us. Tell somebody you know to tell somebody they know to tell somebody they know to tell somebody they know to follow us on our Instagram handle and also on YouTube where you're watching this right now. Thank you.
Everywhere. It's at the Fix It podcast, and yeah, you can be a part of it, and we make it happen because our intention is just to see that we have a kinder, happier world where people have meaningful relationships. And by saying meaningful relationships, not just boyfriend and girlfriend or husband and wife,
It's also about family. It's also about friendships.
Yes.
So you know that thing that they say about the society, right? What you see in society is a reflection of what we see happening in the smaller nucleus, which is the home. So this is all about making it better from there.
Yeah.
So we can be better as a whole.
So instead of just complaining about things up there, try to give, surface solutions to things. We're trying to see how we can start it, like you said, from the smallest unit, from the nucleus of society. So
yes,
let's do this together as a team. All right? Awesome. Now, in a place wherever you find two or more people, going at life together, in whatever setting it is you find yourself, there will always come a time. What happened?
I thought you were going to count the settings. So like, okay,
settings: family, friendship, workplace, international, relations, anywhere, your place of worship, whatever faith you belong to, you're an atheist or whatsoever. This one thing will always crop up out of nowhere. And that is what we're going to be talking about today.
Conflict.
Not conflicts. Conflict.
Conflict.
Yes.
Yes. So basically it is when you have any kind of disagreements, any kind of friction, any kind of, what other word do we use?
We've already used the word disagreement, friction, difference in opinion, differing perspectives, differing choices that the other person or the other set of people or group of people are not ready to shift ground on or, attune to. Conflict will definitely happen. Usually,
Confession. We're fresh out of one.
I don't know what she's talking about.
Let's just say that there was a 2-day impasse. But yeah.
I don't know what she's talking about. What's an impasse? A road through somewhere?
That you cannot pass. So it's making it impasse.
That's why I say him pass. I pass through. Amen. Amen. But yes, like she just said, even the people that you think have it going good don't have it going good 24/7 when it comes to interactions and agreements on things and stuff like that. And like she has already explained, just or rather defined, the word is defined, right? Like she defined a couple of minutes ago, where there's disagreement. Yes. Now there is disagreement onto let's agree to disagree. Then there's disagreement where it is way more than let's agree to disagree. Somebody is weaving through something, somebody's throwing a jab somewhere, different aspects that conflict or different ways in which conflict rears its head.
When it comes to conflict, basically, I've come to understand something. There is healthy conflict. There is that is the one that allows for you to be able to take this place where you are in with this person. And again, like I said, it's not just husband and wife type thing.
Yeah.
You're able to take this place where you're in with this person, deconstruct it and say, okay, now that we're here, move this, tweak this here and there. And then you find out that you're moving forward and most likely moving forward at a smoother and faster pace than you were before. That is healthy conflict. Then there is the unhealthy kind. And I think for me, the difference between the healthy and unhealthy conflict is, first of all, what is triggering it? And then secondly, what makes it continue unresolved? Yeah, so it's up to you to say, look, conflict is inevitable, but when it happens, I'm going to make sure that we're getting through it in a healthy way. Let me tell you now, I told you we're fresh out of one. Getting through it in a healthy way does not necessarily mean that, like this, it will be resolved. It means that the people who are involved in that conflict are committed to taking the necessary steps. And so if you're like going from here to Nyanya, you need to know that at some point, you will stop somewhere in between, right? And that somewhere in between is okay, as long as you have moved. You may not get to the destination, the eventual destination, but you have moved from one place to the other. I think for me, that is healthy conflict, and that is resolving healthy conflict.
Then there's unhealthy conflict, where the parties have gotten to that point where pretty much nothing or pretty much everything that the other party does is right. Do you understand? You've come into that place of, I was about to use the term adequate toxicity. If that defines the situation that we are in. I'll give you a good example. I've had a relationship, and when I say relationship, I'm not necessarily saying, oh, this is the person I dated or no. But I could also be saying this is the person I'm dating. So it's up to you to decide which one you want to work with. Where we had several spats based on, till tomorrow I cannot begin to pinpoint and say this is exactly why we lost our head at each other, right? I could say this camera is black, and the person will tell me, what do you mean by it's black? It's noir.
It's a what again?
Noir. For those of you that don't know
and
French.
The arc?
Yeah, not noir. For those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Noir, which is the French word for black, right? And either party is correct, but because it is this party that said it, right? There is a way in which you do not deal with conflict properly. Past conflict over and over and over time, where everything suddenly becomes a reason for going at each other, right? Where conflict becomes toxic in the sense that we're having a disagreement, and the first thing that comes to my mind is how to bring you down, how to rip you apart,
how to win,
how to ensure that I'm the right person here and you are the wrong person here. There's nothing you want to say or do that will make me agree with you that you are correct, even though more often than not, you who is there trying to form That may be actor. You are also the bad guy. I don't know. I'm always the one that always reminds you that you are the bad person sometimes, but you get my point. You get my point. There's that kind of conflict where the other person's interest is not at heart anymore, right? I should be able to disagree with you and still care for you well enough to know that I desire for this person to be good. I desire for this person to be better than they were before. You get. In this kind of conflict, that seems to not exist anymore.
I read something somewhere, right? Talking about this kinds of conflict, it said that there's a way people tend to deal with it. And what do? They rationalize the other person's behavior. They are constantly having to rationalize the other person's behavior so that they are not emotionally hurt and brought down all the time. So, for example, my mom does something to me and we're unable to resolve this thing, right? Something happened that made her do what she did, for example, yeah, and then I can't get through to her, so we cannot resolve it. And then you now find that I am now rationalizing, she's old now, she's set in her ways, she cannot do this. You now find yourself building up with these words and this rationalizing, building up this wall around your heart to protect your emotions. But they are, at the end of the day, because you were not able to get to the core of what caused that conflict in the first place, there's no amount of rationalizing that you will do. Those emotions that you have will still be there, and it will just take one thing, one trigger, and poof. So, yeah, speaking about these kinds of unhealthy conflict, someone also said one of the reasons why, or some of the reasons why conflict comes up in relationships is one, is a matter of personality and lifestyle. So you are in this space with this person where you have completely opposite personalities, completely opposite lifestyles. And then another one I saw, one of the reasons why you have conflict come up in interactions with people is a difference in morals and values. That one today there.
Which is usually one of the biggest causes of disagreements between people.
Yeah, morals and values, right? I can't remember what the last one was, but just going off of those two alone, you know that phrase, being the bigger person, can go a long way to helping resolve the conflict. But at the same time, it can be a crutch on which you're constantly having to lean on when the other person who you find yourself in conflict with just refuses to budge, refuses to move.
But this being the bigger person concept, I think the person that came up with this thing wasn't thinking of the African people, of the African mindset when he said
How
so.
do you mean?
Because typically when they say bigger person in African context, is the person that everybody kisses up to. As per not the big boy with this, not the big person with this. So typically that person is not somebody that
You won't hear.
you don't see that person coming to say sorry to you.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But really and truly, though, this matter of conflict, perhaps you can also let us know how you've experienced it and how you've dealt with it. Because as we always like to say, we don't have all the answers. We're not perfect. We're all just trying to fix stuff together. So how have you experienced conflict, say with your partner or your spouse? Is there one particular one that keeps recurring? Perhaps we can take it from there and then have a conversation about that. Is this also conflict that is happening within the family, your family, or even your significant other's family? Because that one is a key one. Or they say you do not marry the person, you marry the family. So
very true.
automatically, it's be like there's gonna be intermixing of conflict within those areas. So perhaps you'd like to share with us as well. It's key focus is on the recurring ones, because if you're able to have one come up and then you fix it and then you move on to another one, for me, I think that's progress, as opposed to having to deal with the same thing over and over and over again. So if there's a recurring one you'd like to share with us, you have a question about it, we will very, very much like to see your comments. So please let us know in the comments down below on YouTube. And if you're watching this via Instagram as well, let us know as well. So how do we deal with conflict?
Sometimes it's to lock the person inside the room, or you know, sometimes if it was back in the days when I was still in my teens, I'd have said, "Oh, yeah, everybody wear short knicker, come on, gloves, move, fight." But now, as a married man, I cannot say, fight the person. No, fighting the person is not resolving the conflict. Some people, they think we need to shout our heads off. Sometimes you actually need to raise your voice at each other so that the next person hears you. Sometimes, you understand. If the other person is trying to be stubborn, you tell them, "Hey, behave yourself." Why are you looking at me like that? Why are you looking at me like that?
Tell me sorry.
Sorry.
That's how we deal with it a lot of the time. You see, because this shouting thing, even when I am not shouting, he will say you are shouting, and then he will not make me apologize. And I'm also very quick to make him apologize as well. And it comes off like a joke. What? Want to say something? Want to say something? No, do you want to say something?
She didn't just raise her voice to say what just now.
See, that's why he calls me raising my voice. But no, no. There was this day, all these play on that we the day he now raised his voice. I mean, I'm like, did somebody hijack my husband? What's going on here? Are you possessed, sir?
And the funny thing is, I didn't raise my voice like that. You just have not heard me lay a complaint with that decibel
It's
before.
a lie. So what are we talking about? What's decibel? It's not volume of your voice.
Exactly,
You
that
cannot
volume.
deceive us with
If I
English,
take
sir.
if I take it to raising my voice, you'll cry now.
So here's the thing: raising voices is not a way to resolve conflicts. Whether it is in lower decibel
sometimes
or
raise
higher
it. Let them know
decibel.
that you're not happy.
Okay, now do that thing now. Me myself, when I do my own, I go say razor, 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 razor. No, but seriously though, I think we have the better part of our time together as a couple, and then as a couple, while we're dating and then going into being married.
Either ways, we've been couples since.
My
Remember
point.
what your mother said?
Leave that thing first before your pride will start. My point is this.
Yeah, my shoulder.
My point is, I will hit
too much
it
reason,
down.
too
I will
much
hit
pride have muzzle pull my shoulder. Sorry.
So we spend the better part of our time trying. So we'll say it like it's a joke, like why are you shouting at me? And I think that it's something it now became sort of like subconscious, right? Even when the voice is
She
not there
started it.
yet,
She started it.
before the voice start to get there, I'll say, why are you shouting at me? And then I will now make him apologize.
Just the same way you saw a couple of minutes ago. Just
Tell
like
me
that.
sorry.
Tell me sorry.
It'll
Just
be
like
like joke. But
at first when we because we've been friends a long time, we're still very good friends till now. She's my best friend. I don't know whether I'm her best friend.
and we disagree on so many things.
Yeah,
My God.
yeah. Anyways, when we started dating, so when we moved from friend to dating, the first day she did that thing to me was weird, but I found it so cute and hilarious. Now you said, I do not for the life of me remember what I did or something, but you could see that she was not the chirpy lady that she was. Now, what's going on? She looked at me. Tell me sorry. I'm like, okay. What did I say? Just tell me sorry first. And I did. And I noticed that she did that for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 times in our relationship. I said, since it's like that, let me kukuma use what has been used against me.
He now became the woman in the relationship because now when they ask for sorry, pass me, we be woman.
Hey.
It now became a problem, but we're dealing with it, we're resolving it.
You don't teach me something I like, I will do it.
So here's the thing now. So for us, when we know that it's really bad, and it's something that I have to work on, because I've now realized that if I don't do that in that moment and I let the anger or the pain or the whatever fester, once I cross that line, the fester can become a what? Festus. I don't know where that came from.
Fester from Adam's
I
family
don't
become
know
Festus Camo.
where that came from.
Or again.
But the point being that I grew up a lot of the time I grew up as someone who was used to sitting in her emotions, and I will sit in it until I get over it. But I've now come to realize that as I'm with this young man now, I cannot sit with it, because as I'm sitting with it, he's seeing it and he's feeling it, and it tends to weigh negatively on us. So If I don't do this thing where immediately I am bringing it up and saying, however, jokingly, tell me sorry, because I remember the day I told him, tell me sorry, and he refused to tell me sorry. Oh,
You
God.
turn to fight. Oh.
So if I don't do that immediately, I have a tendency to sit with it. And I'm not keeping malice. It's not malice. I'm not frankly speaking here, please. No, there's none of that happening. It's not malice. Have you seen Frank Edoho malice before? Please, that's malice. What I do is not malice. So it's not malice. I'm with you,
Hey,
but I'm not my full self.
straight bullets.
I am not. You didn't get it when I said frankly speaking. You are slow. Just okay, I will catch you. I'll bring you up to
catch up.
speed.
I will catch up. Ah, God.
So that's the thing. So for me, the way I do it is deal with it there and then, so that it doesn't fester.
Well, more often than not, the couple of days that you decided not to bring it up there and then, and I'll be asking, are you okay? Yes. Are you okay? Yes. Are you okay? Yes.
I don't want to speak out of
Then
anger.
2 or 3 days later, you're not here. I have a bone to pick with you. I'm like, Rottweiler is here. You have a bone. Pick it. Pick it, yo.
So
Because
yeah.
so here's the interesting thing, like she just said, background and everything. I grew up an only child, so I didn't have, not that I didn't have, there were people around me, but I was the youngest pretty much in the house, you get, for most of the time. So as a child, I would throw my tantrums, then go beat me, I go shut up, that kind of thing. And it sort of gave me quite the threshold, for conflicts and all of that. Well, disagreements and all of that. So you might do stuff, you go pay me, but I don't, dwell on it and be like, okay, this is it. I feel just free the matter, go, move forward. But then if it really does hurt, I stew on it. And as soon as
Hello, it
possible.
does more than stew. So you know this kind of tomato.
You talk finish, then look at talk more.
You used to come in. You know this kind of tomato, that is bubbling. It will splash everywhere. That's hello, that's it. They feel oh God, let somebody not upset this man in the office.
That's
I'll be waiting
vex.
for my husband.
2,000 years later.
That's
Nobody upset this man.
vex. That's
Office, outside of office, I'll be waiting for. So it's not stew, please. I just wanted to.
So all that time
emphasize
that
it's
I'm
not
stewing
stew.
on it
It's not
is what she's saying she's waiting for her husband. So she's the one I vent to, right? I've been venting to her even before we started dating and all of that. I vent to her and everything, and she sees all of the I'm upset because, of course, you're the closest person you collect. But when it is with her, right, there's nobody else I'm venting to. So I stew. And then when I stew, I now walk up to her. And maybe sometimes the para has happened right there and then when something is occurring. And here's the most beautiful thing about my wife. She doesn't know that she has looked for my trouble. That's how good we are with each other. But and this is not a very regular thing, please correct me if I'm wrong. It's not a very regular thing. It's maybe once in a purple moon. I'm like, okay, auntie, what do you do? And I, like she just mentioned, my voice changes. And how many times have you ever seen that my voice changes like that?
Don't call it change. It increases. What's change?
It's increase, not change.
No, it's not.
It's not change.
It's not.
It's what amplification. I think it's only once I've raised my voice at you.
I don't keep score. You see, that's why you have a gem in me. I don't keep score.
And the funny thing was, that day that I raised my voice, it wasn't like it was anything major. It wasn't anything major. It was a simple thing of, okay, let's have this thing done like this. I left the place and I was back 10 minutes later. And the same thing that I just said, let's get it sorted, was still there. And it was something I'd spoken about so many times before. And I gave my reason there and then at first, like, let's get this thing done. And the response that she gave me, I was like, bro, this is...
What lesson did you learn that day?
The lesson I learned that is that you have coconut head.
What lesson did you learn that day?
That you have coconut head. Yes.
So you see, this is why that conflict where it's supposed to be healthy is not making it unhealthy, because the same thing he was shouting at me for Should I count how many things that
The
they
same
tell
thing
her?
I was
Don't do it
shouting at
like this.
him for.
Don't do it like this.
And boy,
Don't.
see,
The same
man
thing you
was-
were shouting at me for.
Man was
Don't do
10
it like
minutes
this.
later.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Wait first. Hold on. In your own case and my own case, in your own case, it is bottle on the table, water in the bucket.
Should
in
we
my
open
own
it up
case,
now? Should we
it's
open
because
it?
of safety and
I
security.
have one example for you people. One example. I make kukunaya. Wait. I say, hello, sir, please. As you are helping me, as you are drinking, join me and be washing it. I think there were like 17 bottles. This young man did not wash up to 2. Because as he's drinking it, I will come, I will see it.
No.
I will say,
I wash more than
I
2
will give him
bottles
5
now.
minutes, I will give him 10, I will give him 15.
I wash
I will
more
come
than 2
back, he's
bottles
still there.
now.
I will carry it and I'll go and wash it
But I
myself.
wash more than 2 bottles.
What lesson did you learn that day?
Did I not wash more than 2 bottles?
What lesson did you learn that
Before
day?
I talk about the lesson,
You did not.
Did or
I said what
didn't I
I
wash
said.
more than
I'm not
2
afraid of
bottles?
you.
Ah.
You did not. What lesson did you
you know,
learn
if
that
Jesus,
day?
if Jesus come now,
We
you
are
can go
talking
to
about
fire, we are
conflict.
lying, you know.
What lesson did you learn that day?
If Jesus come
What
now,
lesson did you learn
if Jesus
that day?
come now, you can go to fire.
Daniel Okosun, what
Sharon
lesson did
Okosun.
you learn that day?
Of which of the days
The day that you shouted at me,
that I shouted
that
at
I
you?
stewed. Like
That you steal.
Yes.
You did not steal before I para for you.
Ah,
You did not steal. You did not steal. If we go see self, you did not do. Yes.
so you didn't learn any
I
lesson.
put it to you.
I will come back and give you all the feedback from this thing. But you see, this man, his pride is due. You don't want to apologize on camera. He will apologize.
Even right now, tell me to tell you sorry. I'll tell you sorry.
No, because you will not mean it.
But I mean it.
So, guys, this is an example of what you have to deal with. And you know, the thing about conflict is, I have nowhere to go, you have nowhere to go. We are stuck in this. But then there are instances where you have to deal with conflict at some other level. Maybe it's family, maybe it's at work, maybe it's friendships. And I think, like me, that I used to be before I now started learning with this young man is a lot of us have a tendency to shalaye, do anyhow, talk anyhow, and go because you feel like you have somewhere to go to. But just know that at the end of the day, these relationships that we're having, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, whether it's with our significant others, they are so key and they definitely contribute to even the kind of people that we are. So you don't want that conflict to be unhealthy a lot of the time. Try and work on it. It's all we came here to say.
So,
Hey, this is all we've came to say. It's all we've come here to say.
Joe Manjo, come
So-
Joe. Sorry, your school fees did not go to waste.
At
Amen.
this point,
Yes.
it's talking too much that is causing.
Exactly. Shall
Please drop your comments, drop your messages, drop your questions so that we can take them on. Hopefully, when we get on our next slide.
And yes, she said something about how to, fix conflict. I think the first thing you want to do is breathe, right? Get away from the zone where this conflict is happening. Breathe, and then put yourself in the other person's shoes, right? And try. It's not always the easiest thing to do, but try to understand where they are coming from. It makes it way easier. Ask her, this human being, this one that is there talking, he shouted on me. 10 minutes later, what happened?
Bye. We'll see you in the next episode. Beard. Nonsense. Where do I
Yes.
press stop?
You're ashamed.
Where do I press
You
stop?
don't end the episode.
Yes. Where do I press stop?
You want the red button there.